It feels so good to just take a break and talk to you because I have been on overdrive for the last couple of months. And if you didn't know, if you were wondering where I've been, I am currently running for Rhode Island State Senate, and I am trying to unseat a 6-year progressive incumbent. Okay? And it has been so chaotic. Most of my days are just me door knocking, introducing myself to people, making videos for my campaign, social media, and strategizing. Okay. And it's just been go, 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 go nonstop. The days are all melded together. And I'm like, where did the time go? Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. So I wanted to give you a quick little update and also just take a breather for a second, okay? We are almost at the 1-month countdown until the primary election. And so this is why things are so chaotic, is because I am challenging someone in the Democratic primary. Initially, when I announced this to my audience, a lot of you were just like, huh? But trust me, we have a plan. And from my perspective, the plan is working. I think I have scared my opponent because I have some goodies that I want to share with you. Oh, man. So, okay. So before I get into everything that has been happening, I'm going to just be forthright with you. How do I do my Bernie Sanders really quick? I am once again asking for your support. Yes, I need money. If you have it, please send it my way. If you don't, I love you and don't feel bad. But campaigns take a lot of money, and we need enough money to send. Well, I'm not going to tell you what our strategy is because I don't know who's watching, but we need more money. Okay. So if you would be so kind to click the link in the description and donate whatever you can. If you know some millionaires or billionaires or philanthropists or, people sitting on wads of cash. What's that duck's name? What is his name? I can't remember. The one who would dive off the diving board and go into his money. Okay. I can't remember his name. My brain is fried. I don't know. But yeah, if you have money that you can spare to help me save my state, the state of Rhode Island, I would be so appreciative because, as you know, if you didn't know, local elections are really important. And it is time for us to stop complaining about the fact that socialists are taking over this country, and we need to get involved. We need to put our heads together and strategize and take these people out. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Also not taking them out to dinner, just taking them out of the State House. But yeah, we need your money. We need your support and your money. Yeah, so anyway, my opponent has a war chest of funding. And I have to give you this context because she is quite literally gaslighting people by saying that I am well funded by... Well, let me just read it to you. Okay. So she sent out a mailer to the entire district, and it is 3 pages long. Okay. The first 2 pages are her giving herself a pat on the back, as these kinds of people typically do. And then she ends with this. She says, "We have a beautiful and inclusive state." Remember that. "Rhode Island cares for its most vulnerable, that knows how to throw a party, and that comes together when things are hard. It's a state worth fighting for every step of the way. In fact, I've done such a good job representing the needs of working people that I've upset Rhode Island's conservative business class to the point that they have put up a MAGA challenger against me in the Democratic primary. Honestly, I consider it to be a badge of honor that the right-wing pro-gun folks and the landlords feel so threatened by our progress towards leveling the playing field that they just want to take me out. But we won't slow our momentum. We are strong, and we just keep getting stronger. Cringe. Cringe. Okay, but first of all, I like how she prefaced by saying we have a very inclusive state. Unless, of course, you are a self-identifying conservative, MAGA, or a landlord, apparently. I mean, how obvious do you have to make it to basically tell the entire world that you are a socialist? You know, people, we have to recognize this, everyone. Democratic socialism, which I always equate to starvation but with sprinkles on top, they are gaining momentum in this country, and they're being very overt with their support for socialism. But progressivism in many ways overlaps with socialist ideas, which is why she emphasized that she put landlords in the same category as MAGA right-wing pro-gun folks. Yeah, so I don't know if she's ever heard of the Streisand effect, but I think this is going to work in my favor. I imagine she sent this out to create some awkward tension as I go door knocking on Democratic households. Because they're going to ask, like, hey, what do you believe? What are your values? And luckily for me, we have a population of people in this state that understand that nuance exists. And they're just not going to accept slogans and name calling wholesale and assume that they know everything about someone's character just because you wasted your money to send a mailer out to their house. Yeah, so I think I scared her, is what I'm trying to say. However, there is still work to be done, and that's why I need your help. Oh man, I would love an opportunity to ask her, what do you mean by MAGA? Explain to me what you mean by that. In the entirety of my existence, I've only ever been a Democrat or independent, so I don't know what she's talking about. Okay? You know, it's interesting. Before I decided to run for office, I was apprehensive about the thought because I said, you know, do I really want to subject myself to all of this vitriol? Because as you know, I mean, the whole premise of this channel that you're watching right now is me reliving my experiences when I initially walked away from the left. And how nasty people were. And so I'm thinking to myself, do I really want to open myself up to that again? And the more I thought about it, the more my views started to change, which eventually led me to file for candidacy. And it's because in the same way that this platform has opened people's eyes to the matrix, if you will, of politics. It has opened people's eyes. It has gotten people to a point where they begin to question everything that they have been led to believe. I think the same thing can be replicated with me running for state senate. I have these daydreams about if I get elected, imagine what I can signal to the rest of the state, like, hello, wake up, we're in trouble. And at minimum, when the nastiness starts to come out, there's a benefit to that as well, because you have people on the sidelines always watching. They're always just taking that in and saying, wow, out of nowhere, the people who are talking about love and inclusion show their true colors the second you disagree with them or the second they get challenged on something. And maybe it wasn't 100% apparent prior to them seeing it unfold before their eyes in terms of me running for state senate, but I think there's a benefit to that. You know, so I welcome it. I welcome all of the hostility because I know that everything works together for good for those who are called according to his purpose. Can I get an amen? I never imagined I'd be doing this. I have to say it's been quite entertaining. Some other things that she has accused me of is being against gun safety. Well, that's interesting. I don't know how she concluded that. Against gun safety. Wow. You know, I have pondered the idea of having a debate. I think I would, I think it would be quite fun. I don't think she would do it though, and if she did, I feel sorry for her because it would be easy. It would be so easy. But we shall see. Well, we shall see if we have the time, and like I said, everything has been go. But yeah, so I'm apparently against gun safety as well. And when people say this term, they don't actually mean gun safety. They mean I am against the government having monopoly over means to self-defense, which is alarming that I have to specify in this way because my opponent is also someone who frequents the so-called No Kings rallies, and yet here she is voting for legislation to take away the arms of the people. Are the kings in the room with us? I'm not sure. But aside from that, you know, there have been so many other interesting things that have happened on this campaign trail. I've had people answer the door with no pants on, no underwear on. Okay, I'm like, hi, I'm running for state senate. And they're like, oh, I'm naked. No shit. Why did you answer the door? I've been interrogated, which was it was a very interesting experience, you know. This woman offered me water. She let me into her home. She was so nice. And then instantly a switch went off and the interrogation starts. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about this? And she was not interested in voting for me. She was trying to extract information because I think she was working with my opponent. So that was like the first week I started campaigning. And I'm like, okay, learn from that mistake. People are fake nice. All right. There are some genuinely nice people that I have met as I'm campaigning, but there are a lot of fakers. And there were some other things that have been happening on the campaign trail, but I'm going to save that for a separate video once we're at the finish line. But again, I just wanted to give you all an update as to how this is going, where I've been, and to summarize, I think we're gonna win. I really do. So if you can contribute further, I know people already contributed to the campaign, but if I don't ask, I don't get, and so I'm gonna try to ask again, putting on my Bernie Sanders face. Please help us. If you're able, and if you can't, you know what? Prayers, I believe in the power of prayer. So if you can pray for me, pray for us in this campaign, pray for this state, that would also be greatly appreciated as well. But yeah, the primary election is on September 9th, so we're moving very quickly, and we're almost there. And yeah, I think that's all I had to really say. I would have done a stream, but I felt like it was better for me to just make a video, and because I know people get their notifications late for the stream. So I think I'm just going to leave it here. Thank you all so much for your patience. Thank you all for your words of encouragement. I never thought that I would be doing this, and I'm so glad that I am. I just, And I think it's because I'm excited to be the next senator of District 15. You know, there were a lot of naysayers when we started, but I cannot shake this feeling. Even though I have my spurts of doubt here and there, I just cannot shake this feeling that we are going to win. So until next time.